Hello, everybody. I'm Adam Kalbarczyk. I'm the president of the board of a Polish company that's selling, producing, distributing goods for the low vision and blind people. Maybe even today, since we have, let's say, the time of disabled people in Poland for all kinds of disabled people. I'm also a lifetime volunteer for Foundation Chance for the Blind, which I'm of course very, very proud of. And I would like to tell you today about I think, very unique solution that maybe in terms of the technology itself, it's not something very thrilling, but the use case of Poland is, I believe so, at least. I will tell you about the indoor navigation system based on the beacons, which probably for you, it's not something, like I said, very, very, very unique thing. But as I know, in Poland, it's super well developed. It's not a theory. It's not something that you can see on some shows or some websites. In Poland, there are thousands of places that are using this technology, and this is something that I think it's worth to mention. That it's how it works, why it works. As a Foundation Chance of the Blind, I have to tell you that the system is very, very good. The Foundation Chance for the Blind is a creator of its own system, software, and a company which is, more from the side of the production, selling, and this kind of tasks, is the producer of the device itself. Why we create such system, and why I think it's important, and as it seems, why it works so well in the practice. The idea is, pretty old in terms of the technology, of course, because the first tries was dated at 2014. So for the system like this, it's pretty long time, because nowadays there are plenty of other systems, but they are fresh, new. They didn't came all the way to the point that we are at the present time. The first need of this kind of software was how to find a particular one thing, which is the tactile plan or tactile map, which, by the way, in Poland is also very, very popular. There are thousands of them in Poland. But even if I would like, I cannot tell you right now. I will have a workshop tomorrow, so maybe I will meet you again and tell you about the tactile plans and why in Poland it's so successful and works so well. But we had a lot of tactile plans and maps, and the question is how to find it in the room such as this. Yeah, it's usually is somewhere. Of course, placed wisely, close near the door, for example, near the entrance. But still, if it is in the room, this first question, and second, how to find it. So in this time, the technology of beacons, maybe you're familiar with it, the little Bluetooth devices like this. Small, very small. You will be, of course. I invite you after my speech to see it. Why cannot we use such technology in tactile plans itself? Just glue it, on the backside or mount it, yeah. And it finds out that it's super easy. Yeah? At the beginning, of course, this simple task. And when a blind person had a smartphone, Android, iPhone, he just received the vibration. Yeah, Of course, with voiceover or talkback, more information, which can be recorded on the beacon. But very simple thing, but kind of useful, because there is the most important information. The plan is there. Yeah. Then he could find, ask, whatever. Of course, now the software is developed further, and now we're using the beacons with the speaker. So tactile plans can talk to us. I'm here. Yeah? You found me. I'm here, and you can navigate through the voice, through the hearing. Anyway, first generation was very simple. Now we use different applications. YourWay, it's on Google Play Store and App Store since 2017. So also, pretty long time. Of course, it's through all this time there was a lot of updates, new functions, and everything. I will tell you something about the functions later. But now the system is used in different way. I mean, the function is the same, but we use it to make an indoor navigation. And there are a lot of places in Poland that have hundreds of beacons, and you can blind user is able to know where he is, or he can hear if the device have a speaker, of course, or receiving just an information, simple text information on its smartphone. It's if it is without the speaker. But in every place you can know, even if you're near the reception or room number 7, or maybe food court, or even outside, no problem in mounted in on the outside. It's waterproof, snowproof, whatever. So there are many more problems that this application solve, and which we are proud of. It really works. We can find points of interest, of object of interest, like plants, cash machines, reception in the hotel, kiosks, which, by the way, also can talk right now, yeah, or have other accessibility features. It's a serious increase of safety in the building, because it can inform you about the stairs, for example, or some strange things that shouldn't even exist in buildings, but we know they exist, like stairs here. I don't know if you noticed that you can hit your in the head those stairs, but those places exist, and the application can tell you that there's something dangerous nearby. Of course, it's about the independence, because you can walk by yourself. You don't have somebody to tell you, or even tell you, or of course guide you to some places, because you can use the navigation system. If you have a iPhone or Android, you can even test it here, because there is an application CNK, like Copernicus. No, it's in Polish. CNK. And you can navigate to the rooms, and you will see on the map your position, and it's pretty accurate. Of course, beacon have some issues, the technological issues, like accuracy. I don't know. It depends, of course, on many things, like magnetic field, but like 2 meters or something like this. But it's really good. So here you can test it, and you will see that it really can work. Okay. Beacon itself. Do you know the idea of beacons? I mean, technologically, it's a device, but I mean, device is a technology itself, yeah, based on the Bluetooth. Probably you know Bluetooth, like typical in computer mouse, radio, keyboards, many different things works on Bluetooth. And this is basically the same, but somebody invented the special version of Bluetooth, which called the Bluetooth low energy. And this little box can work, I don't know, 2 years, depends how often it's used, but 2 years for sure. Maybe even 5 if it is rarely used. So this is the huge advantage. You just glue it, whatever, possibly in some way that you even cannot see this, not to beautiful room. We don't want to ruin it with some boxes. So it's possible. And this device only spreads information around, nothing more. Just I'm one, and for the whole life. And the application knows that one is a room 1 in the Copernicus Science Centre. Yeah. So this is just very simple device spreading information. Beacon it's no coincidence. It's like the beacon. It just spread information around, like for the ships. Yeah. That they have to be careful because or even know where they are, because the beacon sends the light to the captains. So this is the same idea, sending an information around. And a device such as smartphone, it can be different device, but usually mostly people using smartphones, just receiving information and translate it to some other information, generally what we recorded on the application. It can be short text, can be long text, can be sound, whatever. Application will manage to understand it and give us proper information. What we thought through for all those years is a universal design, the concept of universal design. Probably also familiar to you. You're familiar with this idea. It's the device itself and the idea, the concept is not only for the blind people. It's very important in terms of bringing it to the homes, if I may say that. For the owners of buildings, administrators, and so on, it's very important in practical way that the solution is not only for the blind people. Because if it is only for the blind, for example, customer or a client in I don't know, some bank, or a client is I don't know, a student in university. If it's only for the blind people, nobody want to buy it. Simple. It's not cost effective because they have to spend some amount of money per one user per month, for example. Yeah, so this was the big problem in Poland, that nobody want to buy it because of lack of universal design. So we create a lot of functions that other people can use, and this software is for just everybody. Saying more, the concept of Bluetooth itself and Bluetooth low energy, it's not coming from the area of disabled people. It's coming from the, let's say, trade. Yeah. Somebody wanted to use it in big shops to send us advertisement, that we pass by the shelf with, I don't know, cereals, and on our phone, cheap, buy me cheap cereal promotion, whatever. This fails because of the problem, technological problems, but it turns out that it's very good and enough for indoor navigation. So we use the advantage of the technology to implement the functions for everybody. And even in an application, you have a lot of profiles, like profile for low vision, profile for blind user, profile for wheelchair user. It just excludes some portion of information and it, for example, can give an information or about the route, the best route if you are on a wheelchair. Yeah? So this is the huge advantage, and it's easy to implement in practice. So yeah, the idea works great. Next, we thought that there is another problem on the way. Still, money. Like always. It turns out that the best solution for a blind user, which also, of course, are in the center of our interest, have to use. I mean, it's the best to use the device with the speaker. The sound, it's great. It just gives you perfect information where something is. You don't have to look for it. You don't have to analyze the room or whatever. It just, the sound comes from somewhere and you can go there, like an entrance to the building. Yeah. But the problem is that this pretty expensive. This one box cost, I don't know, 400 euros, for example. Yeah? It's pretty expensive if you have to mount 200 of them in one big building. Like, I don't know, in Jagiellonian University in Krakow, maybe somebody heard about it. It's a pretty old university in Poland and even in terms of the whole Europe. We mounted 240 of this, 240. And all of them are with speaker, but it's like, I don't know, 200 euros, something like 200,000 euros or something like this. So not everybody have such amount of budget. So we developed the hybrid system. We mix the units with the speaker, which have the most value, with the simple one without the speakers. And in most important places like entrance, reception, toilets, maybe some places where people with disability usually make some things related to the function of the building. We mount units with the speaker, which are more expensive, and with all of the like corridors, for example, which are generally easy, let's say, to navigate in them. Yeah, because you have just left and right. You can use the you can on the doors you can use the signage with braille, with tactile pictogram. So it's relatively easy to navigate through corridors. We use the small ones, which are cheap, like 10 times cheaper. So we are able to make proper indoor navigation with the lowest budget. It's pretty unique because there are a couple of companies which are very good producing this kind of devices with the speaker, but I believe nobody beside us make the hybrid solution, which give us no heads up, but also there is a possibility in buying, for example, in the next budget year, to buying the better devices with speaker and change from the previous one to the upgraded one. It's very good. Also, let's say the next steps of developing the whole idea is that the application work with the NFC tags. NFC. Yeah, NFC tags. So, for example, if you have some signage on doors or tactile plans or pretty much whatever you want, you can receive the information through NFC tag via the same application. You don't have to turn another one, safe with QR codes, and because all of those functions, it can be connected strictly with the whole signage in the building, which creates the solid hybrid indoor navigation system. It's even possible to put NFC tags to the tactile pavement. Yeah, there are companies who make the tactile pavement with the NFC tags, and it also can work with our application. So it's a very complex, even but of course in terms of the user, it's easy to use because you just walk around. Only thing what you have to do, which is, to be honest, pretty unfortunate, but it's the fault of the Google and the Apple. You have to have the application turned on all the time because even both Apple and Android cannot. I mean, I'm not a very tech guy, but this kind of application cannot work on the turn on. I mean, in the background. Yeah. But it's, like I said, it's a question of some Apple security things. It's a pity, but in terms of the using it, it's super easy. Maybe just again. Oh, have to turn it on. Maybe, of course, I will invite you here. But wait a second. Where it is? YourWay. Okay. Okay. It. I don't know if you heard it. Wait a second.
Zapraszamy na kanał Blok o dostępności, gdzie mówimy o codziennym życiu osób.
It's in Polish for our stand, doesn't matter. But I just press play. You know? Just press play, and the sound, and the sound talk that you can find our booth somewhere. Yeah, it's taken out from there, so it's not accurate, but the idea is very clear. Yeah, of course, developing and creating is not very easy, but the final result is very clear. In Poland, with only the YourWay application, there are almost 2,000 devices currently in Poland, yeah, mounted, and it grows very rapidly. Technically the 2,000 will be till the end of the month, but we estimate that till the end of the year it will be more than 3,000. So it's growing rapidly, and there are plenty of places that have more than 100 devices. Of course, there are buildings that have only one. So we have more than 500 places that have our system, and like I said, there are other companies who do, you know, almost the same. I mean, in terms of the idea, we're not only one. But this is interesting thing. I didn't saw it in other countries. I also I'm participating in events like Site City or CSUN in USA, and there are no such examples. I believe the Poland it's very unique in terms of this kind of systems, and that's why I think it's worth to mention that it can work in practice. It can be easy, it is effective, and people love it. People really love to know where they are and how to use use the building, how to communicate in the building. You can use it in many ways. You can give a lot of information through it, which fit to the main demo of the conference, information resulting in mobility and ability. So you can give the information about the, I don't know, opening time of the building. You can send files, a lot of function, pretty much whatever you want. Those are examples. I mean, it's not very photogenic, let's say, because it's the little box, and usually it should be hidden somewhere if it's possible, not to destroy the look of the building. But it's it's even hard to hard to notice. Yeah, nothing big, nothing special. It's just glued, so you can take it off very easily without it destroying on the wall. Very nice solution. We mount it also, like I told you, in our tactile plants, which also very popular. But like I tell you, it's tomorrow I have a workshop about it. I will tell how to produce it, why it works so well. I invite you to this workshop, of course. But we mount it inside the plants, so it's easy to find them, and of course the NFC tags, QR codes, everything. Another example, one of the biggest school in university in Poland, also like 100 of something like this. The devices, it looks like this. I mean, it's for me, it's fantastic, because I'm coming from the home where my father is blind, and there was always problem how to reach the destination in the building. Outside, it's of course a different kind of problem because of the traffic, them cars, bikes, so on. But in buildings, it should be easy, by the definition. It's no risk, at least not the same way as on the streets. But there were always problem how to reach the room number 5. So my father always had to go with my mother, or with me later, or somebody, which is not like it should be. Yeah. So this system, it's a real independence, and of course we are proud that we manage to develop and to promote and put it in the buildings. Not only have it on some charts or some presentation. It's a real thing in Poland, which, by the way, the National Bill of Accessibility for the people of special needs really helped. Yeah, I don't know, but we have a really solid bill about it. I don't know if there is a prelection about it, but if you are not accessible, you pay really big fines, up to 40,000 euro per case. Fine. So this of course this bill helped to develop it. So we are of course very glad about it.